Hello and welcome to the IPF World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. We're here in Vilnius, Lithuania. My name's Joe Whiteley and it's my absolute pleasure to be here with Gary Williams bringing you all the action today. We have the Sub-Junior Classic Women in this session. Got quite a busy day today. We've got 4 sessions to get through. This one will run as 2 groups. 43, 47, 52, 57, 63s in Group 1, and all the remaining heavier weight classes will come out in Group 2. Gary, we've been looking at the openers and we see some really huge numbers going in already.
These young girls are really strong. Sub-junior women's is developing so rapidly at the moment. You look at the opening selections and you know there's going to be a number of world records. Probably taking a tumble today. We've even got a couple opening.
Yeah, that's always a risky move, isn't it?
It's a big move. It is a risk. We've seen it pay off in the past. The thing with sub-juniors is, it's really hard to know where they've been going. We don't often have a lot of information about them. And we talk about Mataras from Belarus. She's opening at the world on the world record for the world record. You know, she's got a European Championship under her belt. She's got a European record. But as far as international data, we don't really have anything.
But we saw Sonia Stephanie Kruger the other day. I mean, she's a multiple-time world champion. Raft of experience, opened on a world record, did not get a lift in.
It's always a big risk. As you said, you're doing something that nobody's ever done before.
Yep. So we are ready to get started now. We have Christina Olianek from Ukraine, 16 years old, brand new competitor, only been going 1 year. So this is, by definition, her first international. And she's going to open her account with 30 kilos.
That is a tough lift. First international,
first
really new competitor, first on the deck.
She's a 43 kilo lifter. She weighed in at 39.85 this morning. So this is a good proportion of body weight.
And a great opening lift. Yeah. She really shook off the nerves for that.
Well judged.
Handled that very professionally.
So the sub-junior classes, all these lifters today in this session are sub-juniors, so that is a maximum of 18 years old. You can only compete in the IPF from your 14th birthday. Here's Martina Yanishek from Poland. She's opening at 40.
Another very new lifter as well.
Stated PB of 62.5.
That is a pretty solid lift for this weight class.
Easy.
Oh, super fast. Gets it on the board like a rocket. Gets those first lift nerves out of the way.
That's the important thing is your first task is to weigh in successfully. Your second task is to get one on the board.
I've never had a problem weighing successfully myself.
Here's Maria Dolbilova, ROC. She's in the 52s. We've got quite a few weight categories on the board here, so a good way to keep track of those is to go to goodlift.info and you will be able to see all the score sheet, the live score sheet.
And there are some big lifts on this board today.
There really are. There really are. Some great mobility there from Maria, 18 years old. So this is her last year as a sub-junior. She'll go up to the juniors next year.
Oh, fantastic press. Let's see what the referees say. It's 3 white lights. She has that very wide foot position to force the hips down. Very good technique.
Natalya Bodzievich, Kazakhstan, also in the 52s.
Yeah, she's opening quite conservatively, which is really nice to see. She's got a 75 kilo personal best, so this shouldn't be too much of a challenge, but first lift nerves, first lifts of the day, early morning competition.
And also all the vagaries of travel as well. We've had some travel disruption here this week. Look at that arch. Well, she's got to get her butt down yet. There it goes. She's reducing her range of motion massively there. And that's a fantastic lift.
That was really good. Yeah, look, the main purpose of getting that arch is the tight system. But if you can get to a point where you can reduce the range of motion a little bit, then it's also an added bonus.
Next out we have Natalia Bodzievich from Poland in the 57s. She's opening with 65.
And she has a big smile on her face walking out to the platform there. It looks like she's actually really enjoying the day.
That's great to see.
You know, if you're really enjoying the day, I think that really improves your probability of making your lifts as well.
I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of pressure, and you put a lot of pressure on yourself because you train for this moment for a long time. That was a great opener. So you walk out there and you feel the pressure of all the training, you know, months and months of training come down to a few seconds and executing perfectly on the platform.
And
here we go, already in the openers, we have a world record on the bar.
so we're, 4 minutes into the competition and we've got a world record attempt.
This is 66 kilos for a lifter that weighed in today at 42.9.
Yeah, now look, I was on the bus from Minsk to Vilnius with Olga Potenko from Belarus, and she was telling me just how good this young lifter is. So we're all about to see if the risk pays off.
So as you mentioned before, what she's saying is I can open easily on a weight that no one has ever done before.
And apparently she can.
Yes. Superb.
She made short work of that.
That was fantastic.
A world record in a split second. So every lift after that to follow of hers will be a world record.
That is so impressive for such a young lifter to come out and nail that with such assurance. Now here's a familiar face. She said we don't really have much information on a lot of sub-juniors, but this young lady won her class in the equipped.
She certainly did, and she did it with style.
Excuse me, she was, this is a rematch actually, she was bronze medalist, Torapsina in the same class once, so let's see if we can see, we've seen some reversals this week.
Yeah, so maybe this is her opportunity to sneak up. It's a tough field though, the 63s, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. There's some big numbers on the board there. That was a great... It's good to see all these young lifters getting their opener on the board and not letting nerves get the better of them.
Obviously we looked at a couple and thought, oh, is that a risk? But so far they have proved us completely wrong.
Alina Adelsova, and she did win her class in the equipped, so she's going for the double today. Classic and equipped World Championships, opening with 75.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got much data, but I think she took the Russian record recently.
Okay.
But I couldn't be 100% sure of that.
Her stated PB is 74, and this is 75. She looks calm and confident. Oh, it's tough though.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tough opener, wasn't it? I mean, was that just the pressure and the nerves?
And also, she did lift equipped the other day, so maybe this isn't moving as well as she might have expected it to. So we're back into the 63s, and Olga Torapsina is was the world champion in the equipped. So we're seeing her go head-to-head again with Potenko.
Yeah, and she's not going to make it easy for her.
Absolutely
Actually,
not.
no one's going to get an easy ride in the 63s.
But we've got another 4 lifters to come out in this class yet. Easy.
Yeah, really nice touch to the chest there. You can see, and we might see it in the replay, that she just gets it to the chest, touches it, holds it there with all the tightness. Really nice. And gets that really really quick press command.
Yep. Sofia Stanko, Ukraine. She's asked for 77.5. She competed in Halmstad in the subs. She won a class in Halmstad. So this is quite a quick turnaround to come here and do this again.
Incredible mobility.
She has. Easy.
Made that look very good.
She did. She benched 82.5 in Halmstad.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of the advantages with the sub-juniors and the juniors. The recovery time is a little bit quicker than it is for some of the Opens and Masters categories.
We have Juliet Kustian from Finland coming out next. 15 years old. Brand new lifter. She says her PB is 75 and this is 80.
It's a big call, but look, that's the whole thing with sub-juniors, isn't it? They develop so rapidly.
And it certainly gave her no trouble.
No trouble at all.
So that's already a big PB from what she benched at Finnish Nationals. Astrid Edvardsson, Sweden, for 85. Just a reminder that these are sub-junior lifters, and she's in the 66 kilo class. 85 kilos on the bar.
That's an enormous lift. It's not even the biggest one today.
No. We have several lifters still to come out. Oh, dear me.
Oh, that right arm gets to the top eventually.
It's probably okay.
I didn't see the bar really dip. It just didn't come up even. It is. She gets a 2-1. Fantastic expression on the face.
2-1.
That really captures the moment.
Lift, but I'm not sure where she can go from there. We have Maria Kozir from Ukraine next. 17 years old, 63 kilo class, benching 85.
These are massive lifts. And I just realised what a great position Martha's in the 43s is. She no longer has to put on 2.5 kilos every time.
Of course, she can go up by a kilo a time, yeah. And that didn't move very far at all, did it? That was a great lift.
She's really able to get her chest right up. She's able to get those arms out very wide.
But she is not going to have it all her own way.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot separating the 73 kilo class at the moment.
We have Veronica Dayakova coming out next from ROC.
Now, I recall seeing her lift recently.
She was at Halmstad. She won her class at Halmstad. And she benched 90 at that competition. This is 87.5.
Well, it's a short turnaround.
Wow.
And handles that
easy.
Very, very well. Not a problem at all.
Well, that puts her at the top of the table for the sub-junior 63s.
Yeah, look, and it was a nice lift too. She still has some room to move.
Arina Demidova, she has the biggest opener of this group. She won the equipped with 105, and she's opening a raw at 95.
That's fantastic, isn't it? And you know what? If she puts this on the board, she's pretty much in a very solid position. Does she put herself in a position there to consider taking a run at the world record?
Well, quite possibly. She's opening heavier than the weight class, anyone in the weight class above.
And she really needs to watch those feet, though.
That. Were they coming up?
They are very close to the rack.
Ah, I see.
And she was the same in the equipped, I think, was very close to the rack. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see on that there's just a tiny bit of daylight between her foot and the rack. Yeah. A little bit of a mistake in setup. So that's the situation as we move into round 2.
And everyone with a lift on the board.
Yeah, that's
makes for a fantastic competition.
Absolutely brilliant. So this is Christina Olianek coming out for 32.5. She opened with 30. She's going up 2.5. But this is a lifter that weighs less than 40 kilos. That's
yeah, I know. You look at it, and I know a lot of people are looking at home and think it's only 2.5 kilos, and her opener moves so well. But as a percent to her body weight, she weighs 39.85 kilos.
She made short work of that, though. That's a great lift.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important thing early in your career, is getting lifts on the board.
And it does really hold younger female lifters back, especially the lighter weights, having to go up a whole 2.5 kilos to make any progress.
That's quite a significant amount when you weigh 39.5 kilos.
Martina Yanishek from Poland. Into the 57s now. She's gone up 10 kilos. Wow, you don't often see a jump like that.
Big jump in these weight classes in sub-junior.
But her opener was super easy.
Yeah, and well below her personal best. Yeah, and she manages that very well.
Probably has another 10 kilos there. Maybe 7.
Yeah, very professionally done. Great technique. Elbows are in position all the way through the lift.
Maria Dolbilova coming out for ROC in the 52s. You can see from the graphic at the top left, it tells you the age class and weight class, 52 kilos sub-junior. All of these lifters are sub-juniors. This will move her ahead of Doskal for the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a battle between bronze and silver there.
Stanko obviously a little way ahead in this class. Nice and easy.
Yeah, that was quite a good lift. It was a little bit slow off the chest, but rapidly picked up speed.
65 kilos.
Yeah, you can see there, just off the chest, she pushed up and then started driving back.
Corrected it really quickly, but it does slow you down that bit of an error. But here comes Doskal to respond to Dolbilova, try and move back ahead.
Yeah, it's going to, the silver medal is going to come down to the last lift. You can see, you know, these younger lifters with such great mobility really taking advantage of being able to try and reduce the range of motion a little bit.
Very easy still. That puts her back in second. And here we go. This is our second, but I'm sure not our last world record attempt.
66 moved really easily. And this is a really good, interesting thing now. Because every attempt is a world record, she doesn't have to move up 2.5 kilos. She can move up half a kilo, she can move up 1 kilo, so she can judge this lift and decide where she wants to go next. That's not a bad first international though, is it?
That's absolutely superb. I will just smash a world record with every attempt. No problem at all. And I think we have seen huge development of the women's classes and the younger women's classes in recent years.
Yeah, that was a bit tougher than her opener.
Well, I think her face showed more effort than the speed of the
actual
bar.
lift.
Yeah. And that's a new sub-junior world record for the lifter from Belarus.
Yeah, great to see a world record coming home to Belarus.
Natalia Bogdzirich, Poland. 57 kilo class, she's sitting in second. This class is a little bit separated out. I think the positions are already...
Yeah, they're fairly well determined already.
Miles over body weight already.
Yeah, so she opened at 65, 5 kilo jump to 70. Oh, she just got a little bit startled on the press command. I think she's okay though. And she is, and she managed it quite well.
She didn't quite go, but you saw the
you could see
initiation. Yeah,
see her twist the elbows a little bit. She'll have to be extra cautious on the next one.
Anastasia Potenko, Kazakhstan. Last year in the sub-juniors. She's going to have to work hard to get on the podium in the classic. She took the bronze in the equipped.
Yeah, the 63 kilo class, I mean, you look at
Really
the numbers
tight,
on the board. You know, there's 90, 87.5, 3 times through, then 80. It's going to be tough to get on the podium. And that should be a good lift.
Slight double bounce on the chest.
And it's hard to tell how much more she's got there because she didn't really time it the best. And her elbows popped a little bit.
Alina Adelsova. I think she lifted in Romania as well.
So she's had a pretty big schedule. So she lifted equipped earlier this week, yes?
She did, yeah. She won her class in the equipped. No, she was at Halmstad.
Halmstad.
We've done so many competitions close together. I know I've seen her recently, but not always
Halmstad
clear which
only
one.
a few weeks. So that's a fairly big competition load.
Yep. And she did 80 in Halmstad. That's not going today.
Yeah, I think it will. I think her feet were out of position to where she usually is. She's usually quite wide like that, but her left foot was much further in than it usually is.
And she made a little mistake off the chest, and it was going nowhere.
Yeah, look, when you get up to those weights in these body categories, there's no room for error. One little mistake.
We've got a long way before we've seen any red on the score sheet, though.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Great technique from these young lifters. This is Olgina Toropetsina, the equipped world champion, coming out for 80 kilos.
And she's got some competition ahead of her if she wants to get on the podium in the classic.
Oh, that's not going.
And that 5 kilos was just a bit too much of a jump, I think.
82.5 kilo on the back.
She's really under pressure now.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough to get on the podium now.
We have Stanko coming out next, Sofia Stanko. She is looking for 82.5, gone up 5.
Yeah, I think this one will really wrap up the gold medal here.
She opened with this in Halmstad.
Put your mask off. Your mask.
She's already gone. She didn't wait for the command.
Yeah,
Did she not wait for the command, or did she not control the weight?
Yeah, she just didn't control the weight. She still has time. She's under a lot of pressure now and quite nervous. You can see in her face she's very stressed. Oh, just got a little bit. That was the stress and the nerves.
I think so. Once you've had a mistake like that and you're rushed, it's a lot to ask to make a successful lift.
That's a big learning experience for this young girl. I mean, when that happens next time, she's going to know what to do. She's going to know the rules, and she's going to take a lot away from that.
It's a very good point, actually. An experienced lifter, if they get the hand out not quite right, will re-rack it and take their time. An inexperienced lifter will think, okay, I'll just try it and not get anywhere. Here's Juliet Kustian, 15 years old. She's gone up 7.5. That seems ambitious.
That's a big jump.
This will take her into first place.
Oh, she had to work, but she gets it there.
Got it.
And so that puts her in the mix now. So she's currently in first place, obviously with lifters to come, but she puts herself in a position where she could get a foot on the podium.
She's done her part. She has to wait to see what everyone else does next. And here comes the first person to try and move ahead. In fact, she won't. This is 87.5 again for Astrid Edvardsen, but she is heavier. Yeah. So she won't move ahead, she'll move into second with this. She is lighter than Dayakova, currently in second. Strong press.
Smashed that very well. And with room to move.
We have Maria Kozir coming out next. She is looking to, well, this will put her in first. She's lighter than Kustian.
Quite a bit lighter. So she's in a great position.
There are coaches at the jury table right now. I'll try and bring you any news if there's any movement on that. And that was a great bench.
That really was, wasn't it?
So that moves her up to first. Yeah, it does.
There's a bit of coach movement going on. We'll find out what's happening.
And in the meantime, we have Veronica Dayakova coming out for 90 kilos, which, no concern about body weight, will move her ahead on weight lifted.
Yeah, this is a really important lift, her second lift. This is the one that puts her in a commanding position, and she can call the shots on the final lift. Oh, it's a tough one, but she gets it to the top. Yep. I think that should be okay. It is.
Good lift, and she shoots to the top of the table. That is really closely matched all the way down through the 63s.
Because it's the second time he's here without the mask. If you don't understand, he must go on.
So we have Irina Demidova now coming out for a world record. She's gone up a full 8 kilos from her opener.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, about whether she'd take a run at the world record. I half expected her to do it on her third attempt.
This record stood for a while now. This was set in Minsk in 2017, World Championships, by Alina Saricheva. From Alina to Irina.
103 kilos. I certainly expected her to take a run at the world record. I did not expect it until her third lift, though. But look, she's in such command.
So here we go, a sub-junior world record for Irina.
103 kilos. She weighs in at 56.7. This is huge.
But she is a very assured young lifter. Wow. Oh. That is superb.
Did not even change a thing from her opener. It was absolutely the same.
And she's got more there, I think. As long as they take quite a conservative jump.
Yeah,
if
I wouldn't get too much on the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be thinking much more than that.
So here we are. These are the standings as we go into round 3. Mataras from Adelsova, from Stanko, Demidova and Dayakova all leading their classes. And Christina Olianek is going to lead out the third round with 35 kilos.
What a round 2, 3 world records so far. Just 16 years of age.
And this will be a PB. Or maybe not.
And it's just a fraction too heavy today.
But she walks away with a silver medal.
Yeah, she's a little bit disappointed in herself. I'm pretty sure she knows she can do that.
She pushed up, didn't she?
Yeah, but the world stage is a little bit different than your regional and even national competitions.
Martina Yanishek from Poland next, 55. She went up full 10 kilos. We thought it looked very easy still. She's gone up another 5.
Yeah, she decided to be a little bit conservative on the third.
Well, she's not going to catch second place.
No, there's no point. And I think that was a good choice.
I think that was right.
65 kilo on the back. This is 2.5 kilo under personal best.
Yeah, I don't think there was too much ball there. I think that was a really good choice.
Maria Dolbilova. She is trying to move ahead of Doskal again. We're into the 52s. They've been backwards and forwards all through the competition.
Yeah, so this puts her in the silver medal and then puts the ball back in Doskal's court. Yeah, I think this is a smart choice. I'm sure there's probably people thinking she should have a crack at the 67.5, but this is a higher probability lift. Yeah, that was a very good lift.
Accelerated once it came off the chest.
That's a good lift. 67.5 kilo. Now she's coming to get the medal back, the silver medal. Otherwise she will lose the medal by body weight.
So I think Doskal, did she change? No, she didn't. She did 65 for a second. She's going for 67.5 to move back ahead. She's considerably heavier than Dolbilova.
Yeah, so a bit of pressure on this lift.
Silver medal at stake.
Yeah, Dolbilova's done her job. She's done everything she can do.
Really unstable there under the bar.
Yeah, I think she seems like she's trying to get up higher than she has been. And she's managed it well. She got her stability back.
And it is a problem when you don't have your butt down on the bench. You don't have the stability, but she made short work of that and she took this silver medal.
Yeah, that was a nice lift.
Now we have the third record attempt for Yelizaveta Mataras from Belarus.
Yeah, look, and I think she's made a really wise choice here. She's just gone to the 68. The 67 was a bit of extra work. You know, it's a world record 3 times now. She has the gold medal. She is the world champion. Oh, she timed that perfectly.
Very nice indeed.
Absolutely perfectly. She got that gentle touch on the chest, stayed tight all the way through, and gets another world record to go with that gold medal.
Brilliant. So that's her first international?
That is her first international. She's done
away,
Europeans, but this was
world
her
champion,
first Worlds.
And she's broken the world record 3 times. That's phenomenal.
That's a pretty solid start to your career, isn't it? We've got some big things to look forward to with that young lady.
Bogdzirich, 72.5. I think she's assured of the silver medal now. This is for her own personal goals. Won't affect her standings overall.
Yeah, the gold medal at the moment is a world record, so...
No.
And just a little bit too much today.
Well, she left nothing behind. She got 70, fell 72.5.
And she's certainly not disappointed taking home the silver medal. Big smile on her face as she walks off the platform.
We have Alina Adelsova on the platform next. And she has made very good use of her last year as a sub-junior. She took the world record twice in the equipped competition. with 90.5 and then 93.5. In fact, I think she gave us the biggest grind of the competition. She was under the bar for a long time.
Well, she missed the 77.5, but I really think it was just all her setup, and if she gets all that right and gets the timing right, gets her feet in the right position. And she just having to grind this. This is unbelievable.
I can't believe she got that moving. She
there
has
was
got so
no
much fight.
explosion off the chest at all, and she gets this on the board.
I think she's given us 2 of the biggest grinds of the competition.
Wow.
So she goes home with a World Sub-Junior record in the equipped, and she is the double world champion.
That is phenomenal strength and commitment there, isn't it?
Superb.
You know, and her body stayed solid all the way through that grind.
Olga Torobitsina, equipped world champion. She cannot get onto the podium in this class. It is a really competitive class.
Yeah, it's so close up there for the top 3 medals. And missing that second really just put her out of the mix.
And I think that was on the limit. I don't think there's
that
much
was
more there.
right at the edge there. There wasn't a whole lot left. She's done well. Kept her technique solid all the way through, and that's really the thing about a really good grind, is not letting the rest of your body try and lift and squirm. Keep the technique.
Now this is interesting. Stanko she got 77.5 for a first. She missed 82.5. She's gone up 5 kilos. This must be for a national record or something similar, because she's assured of the gold medal.
Yeah, I think this is the personal one, what she wants.
Oh, and I think she's got it.
I think she has. Let's see what the referees say, and she has.
She walks away the world champion. We have Anastasia Potenko, Kazakhstan. She's put a wild attempt on here. She opened with 70, went up to 75.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, and I mean, obviously she's ranked 6th at the moment. If she is able to pull this off and puts her up with a shot of a medal, she has done 90 before.
But it shows how close this class is, that you can move from 6th to 2nd.
Yeah, there's just so little in it.
No,
it's just a little bit too heavy today.
She did well to control the negative, really.
Big jump.
Leaves her with the best of 75.
And it was certainly worth putting that on there. You know, she knows she has lifted there before.
Juliet Kustian, Finland. This is an attempt to move into the lead.
Yeah, look, she's been lifting really well. You know, her first 2 lifts have looked great. This is only 2.5 kilos. It's quite a reasonable jump. Oh, she's going to have to work for every bit of it, though.
Not quite, not quite.
Just couldn't quite get it moving.
So she's holding on to the bronze medal right now. However, she is not safe. Oh, we have a temp change.
Yeah, we can see the temp changes going in now.
That was just a little bit too heavy there for Kustian. So just waiting to see. Okay, we have the Swedish lifter coming out next, Astrid Edvardsson, for 90. This is an attempt to put her in the lead.
It's such a tight group, the 63s. We said earlier that it would come down to the last lift, and now we're seeing all the attempt changes. Everyone trying to get on the board for that gold medal.
I mean, this is reasonable. She went from 85 to 87.5. This
yeah,
is where she would have gone.
It's not a big jump.
Anyway. too
Not
much.
today, though. It's just a little bit too heavy today. She did everything she could.
Well, that leaves her just off the podium in 4th place on bodyweight.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too heavy.
Maria Kozir, again, this is an attempt to move ahead.
And again, it's a normal 2.5 kilo increment. She's not doing anything crazy. I'm just going to try and put my numbers on the board. And Dayakova will have to lift for that gold. Oh, just a bit too heavy.
So that means she has to settle for the silver, and Dayakova is all ready.
Yeah, so that really takes the pressure off Dayakova now. She already has the gold medal.
Yeah, double gold. She got the equipped as well, so she's a double world champion. And quite often what we see is if the lifter already knows they've won, it's hard to bring any
really
fire to the platform.
Difficult to keep that fire
Internally,
and
you're going
there.
crazy.
Yeah, you're already
everyone.
celebrating in your head. You've just won a world championship. It's a tough job for the coaches here to keep the athlete focused. Did she jump the command there?
I'm not sure. She went to the pier, the press
I
for
think
sure.
It was well timed. Well, the centre referee, who would know best if she jumped, said white light. So
2-1. That's a good lift, and she is the world champion. One more lift to go in this group. We called it 105.
that's a nice way to finish
course.
this session, though, isn't it? Another world record attempt. We've had 4 world records already in this session.
And she looked great with 103.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. She looks a little bit more nervous for this one than she has done in the past. You know, I think she's feeling the pressure a little bit on this lift. So let's hope she doesn't let it get to her.
She's not getting the start command.
That is the foot on the
It's
rack.
her foot on the rack. You've been looking out for this all the way through. She's got 10 seconds left on the clock.
Nope. She knew that as
It
soon as
was
she
a
got to
big
her
ask.
chest.
But you know what? She's got the world record.
She's the world record and the world champion.
Yeah, that's not a bad day's work.
Not at all. And you know what? That was a great example of giving yourself enough time when something goes wrong.
Yeah.
We've been watching her feet the whole time. They touched the rack. She got pulled up. She had to re-rack, reset. You need to give yourself time to deal with that. But that was a very, very good way to finish the session.
We're going to move into Group B now. Group B is the 69, 76, 84 and 84 plus classes. And we have some familiar names coming up in this group. First up is Juliet Zivach from Poland. She's asked for 55 kilos.
So this is right on her personal best.
Now, she took some unusual attempts in the Euros in August. She went from 55 to 75. So maybe she just likes to get a very easy one in, and that certainly looked very easy.
Yeah, I mean, that was very easy. And there are some lifters that particularly like to take larger jumps. I mean, you see it a lot more in deadlifts than you do in bench.
Reda Lorena Visiuti from Lithuania in the 84 plus. She's asked for 62.5. 14 years old, so she has only just become eligible to compete in the IPF.
14 years old, and you're at a World Championship event. And handling like an experienced master.
Absolutely. Superb. As we said before, the World Championship coming to your home nation is a great opportunity for young lifters.
Yeah, because it can be difficult to travel to World Championships at 14 years of age.
Next up, Valerie Petrovati, also from Lithuania, also in the 84 pluses, also coming out for 62.5.
So the silver medal here is going to be up for grabs in the 84 pluses. And you just never know. There could be a gold medal up for grabs as well.
Easy.
Yeah, that was a very easy opening lift. There is plenty of room to move, being very conservative there.
Great arch, no deviation in position at all as she presses. And we have Vitalina Chichmorenko from Kazakhstan coming out next in the 69s.
Competing for 5 years.
First time at the Worlds. She'll move up to the juniors next year. This is 65 kilos.
Yeah, I think she really wants to finish her sub-junior career on a World Championship.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? And that was a nice press as well.
That will certainly put her in the right direction. A very nice press. You can see there was really no body movement whatsoever.
We have Alina Adelsova next from Kazakhstan. She's in the 84s and opening with 75. You know, I remember the first time I walked out for a bench with a red plate on it. It's become much more commonplace to see young
It
female
really has
lifters.
become more common.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the development of powerlifting and, and what were, your starting weights 30 years ago, it's doubled now.
Especially amongst the younger lifters, because especially with female benchers, it's time under the bar that really makes an impact. I think
Probably
that's a
not the
bit-
cleanest one.
no, a
I
bit
think that's just
scrappy.
her technique
Yeah.
a little bit there. I think she's really gone a little bit for the J curve approach there.
Now we have Elise Mika Maggie next. She has competed so many times recently. Silver medalist a few days ago in the equipped competition. She competed at Halmstad, took the gold there. She competed in Romania. She took the silver medal there. This is her fourth international
Competition.
in 6 weeks.
Well, let's see how it's taking its toll. Not at all, apparently.
Made short work of
And
that.
as we said earlier, it is much easier for your juniors and sub-juniors. Your
Sure.
recovery is a lot quicker.
We have Natalia Bodzievich next from ROC. She's asked for 80 kilos. This is another familiar face. She was in Halmstad, won her class.
Yeah, right now she just wants to, be a little bit conservative, put them on the board, and just be in control.
She won the 84s. She beat Mika Maggie in the equipped competition a few days ago, so she's already the equipped world champion.
And she's looking for the double, and that's a good start. And that is a good start. That's a really good lift there. She's certainly got a lot more in her, but she's just staying in control.
That's interesting as well, because Mika Maggie was in the 84s a few days ago. She's in the 76s today. She was only just into the 84s, so that must have been a
that's right, I
tactical
remember.
choice. So we have Diana Malikina from Kazakhstan coming out next. She is opening with 80 kilos. Last year in the sub-juniors.
And this should put her in control. And And that will 3 wide line. So
was-
that puts her in really good control now.
Yeah. I almost missed the press. It
It was
just
very
didn't seem
quick.
to- Okay, Diana Gwagwalia. Remember her from Halmstad as well.
Followed by Juma Bayeva and Laurina Visyute.
She's from Ukraine. The name is Georgian, I'm told.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I certainly didn't recognize it as a common Ukrainian name.
She was silver medalist in Halmstad. And she is in the fight today.
They had a good opening press too. That will put her in a good position
And
to
it
keep
shows
pressure
the
on.
difference that in a 3-lift competition, that was her final successful lift at Halmstad.
Yeah, you've really got to consider how much the other lifts take it out of you. And we've talked in the past ourselves about training all 3 lifts in a single training session to build that competition stamina. Because you do have that.
So we have Banu Jumabayeva from Kazakhstan coming out next. She's the last lifter to come out in the 76s, only 14 years old. And she's opening with 95.
That is a monstrous opening lift.
Exceptional. A little bit hesitant on the touch.
Yeah, it looked like a nervous lift, that one.
Yeah. But the press was super
And,
easy.
you know, you'd expect that at 14 years old. I'd be pretty nervous walking out there.
I've just looked up to see what the world record was, and yeah, it's absolutely huge. 112 in the 76s.
The 84 plus is 120, the 84 is 1. They are massive
Huge.
lifts.
So we're through already into the second round in this group. This is Rada Lorinovic-Uti.
You look, this young lady has put herself in a position to possibly challenge for a silver medal.
Near the referee booth.
And with a lift like that, she has a really good shot at taking home silver.
That was great. I think she's definitely got another 2.5 there.
And it'll be really interesting to see what she does with the last attempt, if she goes after the silver.
Juliet Zivach from Poland. For 65 kilos, she's gone up a full 10 kilos. I think she's trying to challenge for the lead here.
Yeah, look, this is her opening lift was really easy, and we said that it's quite possible she'll take that bigger leap. But 10 kilos is quite a jump.
It is.
But if it pays off, she does put herself in a position to chase after a gold medal if the opportunity presents.
It's
It
a
was a
tough
big
one.
ask, so that 10
Yes.
kilos was just a bit too much.
No lift, 67.5.
I mean, that's quite a significant proportion of the previous lift, add 10 kilos.
That's a good point, actually. You're putting nearly 20% on, aren't you? So we have Valeria Petrovator next from Lithuania. She's gone up 5, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's quite reasonable.
I think what we're going to see now with the Lithuanians is it's a battle between second and third. First place is out of reach, really, so they're going to be looking to...
Yeah, look, the gold medal is too far away at the moment, but second and third could go to either of these young ladies. And both of them had convincing second lifts.
That was a nice looking second, a little bit of effort to get it up, but never in any doubt.
I would hate to be the Lithuanian coach right now.
So that's a difficult situation with the head coach who's got 2 lifters in the same class.
Yeah, you've really got to switch off to, you've got to switch off to the idea that they're both yours, and you've just got to treat each one individually and separately, and really don't consider who's going to win or who's going to lose.
Just try to get the best out of
Yeah,
each.
just get the best out of each one and let the chips fall. But it is a challenge. It is a challenging task.
Vitalina Chichmorenko for 70.
She
Looks
gets
good.
a fantastic touch though, doesn't she? It's just so light on the chest.
So that puts her in a really good place now in the 69s.
Yeah, I think she's pretty much closed the door now.
Martina Yanishek,
followed by Mika, Maggie and Bigova.
80 kilos. Will this move her ahead? Yes, she's lighter than Bykova. This will move her up to first place. But then Bykova gets the opportunity to respond.
And then jump to the first place.
Yeah, look, all Sitankova needs to do is just her job. But is she coming out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
is.
was. I'm not quite sure what the delay was. She just took an extra moment before she came out, but she's only left herself 30 seconds now.
It's not a lot of time.
Well, it's fine if everything goes
Everything
well.
goes fine. The important thing for her is just to put the money on the board. And then just put the ball back in Bykova's court.
Same technique we saw
Yeah,
again.
exactly the same.
Swings
She
over
really
to
goes for
shoulders.
that sort of J curve there. I mean, look, if you can do that, it can be quite beneficial because you do get a little bit extra speed on the bar.
It's moved her ahead for the minute anyway. And we have the hard-working and busy Elise Mika Maggie.
And Malikina.
Looking for 80 kilograms.
She's following the pattern she set in Sweden. Opens with 75. Takes 80 for a second.
Now, she was a little bit awkward on that one. I mean, obviously it didn't affect the lift too much, but it really wasn't her best technique.
Wasn't super fast. And we have Tatiana Bykova looking to take back the lead in the 84 kilo class.
Yeah, she's getting a bit of pressure put on her from Sitankova.
This is a new personal best attempt, followed by Malikina
And Sitankova sort of said, you know what, I'm just going to keep in touch and keep the pressure on you a little bit and just wait and see if you make a mistake. Oh, that was a nice lift.
Same again, accelerated once it came off the chest.
Yeah, 3 white lights.
She's back in the lead.
She's handling the pressure very well.
Eyes loaded for Malikina Diana, Kazakhstan, 85 kilo.
And we have the lady in the lead in the super heavyweight class, Diana Malikina, Kazakhstan.
Yeah, look, I think it's pretty safe to say that she is going to take home the gold medal. I'm really quite hesitant about ever saying that on a first lift.
We were surprised
basis,
yesterday,
but
didn't we, when someone put a Hail Mary on the bar and moved from 6th into 1st?
it does happen.
And that is a good lift from Malikina.
Yeah, and that's going to make sure that there aren't any Hail Marys coming through. So if anyone had any grandiose ideas about chasing down the gold, that one pretty much shuts them down.
Eyes loaded for Gagvalia, Diana, Ukraine.
And here we have Diana
This is a new personal
Gwalia
best attempt. She's on the 2nd place.
from
Followed by
Ukraine.
Zivach and Zivach.
95 on the bar. She missed this out in Halmstad. But she hasn't had to do a squat first.
Yeah, it makes an
Today.
enormous difference.
Yeah. The low bar squat puts so much pressure on the elbows and the shoulders.
Yeah, she really has those elbows quite flared out there.
Yeah. Just seemed a little bit too heavy.
Yeah, she's not happy about something.
I wonder if she thinks that it was taken too early and she was still grinding through it.
I think that's what her feelings are.
So look at this. We have a huge attempt now. We have Barno Yumabayeva from Kazakhstan has gone from 95 to 107.5.
That is a massive jump.
Now I wonder if this is stepping her way to the record, which is 112.
Yeah, look, it could be something she's trained for. I would personally really like to see someone, lock away that gold medal first.
Ooh, once she got it moving,
tough. Yeah, once it started to roll, it was okay. So she gets it on the board, and she really does, with that lift, lock away that gold medal. Let's just take a look. It was really slow off the chest and very straight up.
She pushed it the wrong way there.
Yeah, I think that was really slowed down by technique. She had to muscle a lot more than she would usually have to.
So there are standings as we go into the third round, with Chichmorenko leading the way in the 69s, Jumbayeva in the 76s, Bakova in the 84s, and Malikina in the 84 plus. This is Juliet Zivach from Poland. She missed this last time.
Yeah, well, it was a 10-kilo jump from her opener, which is, quite a big proportion. Yeah, and when you're in these weight classes, I think you really have to look at the proportion.
She's made a better job this time.
And yeah, she gets the 3 white lights.
It doesn't move her up. She walks away with the silver medal. And now we have a bit of a scrap between teammates in the super heavies.
Yeah, well, this comes down to weight now, doesn't it?
So Lorena Vasiuti has the lighter body weight and the lower lot number. So they're both coming out for 70 kilos. If she gets this, then Petrovati has to take a bigger weight to beat her. So she's gone up 5 now. She went up 2.5 to a second. She's gone up 5 to a third. And it's a battle, but I think she's got it.
That is great to see someone so young putting in the grind. That's a great tool.
And she looks happy with it. So she's done her part. She's put 70 on the board. And now it's up to Valeria Petrovati to see if she hasn't gone up.
Yeah, look, I thought she would have put in an attempt change.
I thought she'd go up. They have tried to and they were too late.
They just didn't get in quick enough.
Oh, that's a real shame.
That is disappointing.
So she can't challenge now for the silver. The best she can do is bronze. So because it was the same weight, the bar was loaded so quickly, the coach did not have the opportunity.
Didn't have the time to put it in there. And you know what?
It wouldn't have gone anyway, would it?
It wouldn't have gone anyway.
So the rule is that once the bar is loaded and you're called to the bar, you cannot change. In bench only, you have 2 changes, as you do in deadlift on the 3 lift.
Yeah.
But once the bar's loaded and you're called to it, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, you'll quite often see coaches hanging around the change table there with their cards ready to go, watching the lifter.
Quite often there's like a hand of cards, isn't
they'll
it?
put it in before the lift is even finished because they know they're going to get it.
But I have seen that go wrong, and I have seen a coach put an attempt in and then go, oh, well, I thought she'd got it. Well, you know.
You've got to be very careful.
So here we have Chichmorenko. She is already the world champion. She is going up 5 kilos to 75.
And this is her last year as a junior, is it?
I think it is.
Sub-junior, sorry. So she'll be in the juniors next year, and she'll leave the sub-juniors as a world champion, but not with 75 kilos.
Not today. I'm sure that will go soon.
Her elbows were well out of position there.
We have a change, so we'll just see who is going to come out next. It was going to be Elise, Mika, Maggie, but I can see a couple of changes now rippling down the attempt board. So just wait to see those. Yeah, so it is Elise Mika coming out. She isn't going to be able to challenge for a higher place, but she has got the bronze medal.
Yeah, I think the silver medal was just a little bit out of reach.
So she's now taken the silver medal in the equipped. This is the bronze medal in the classic.
And a personal best. And just a little bit tough today.
But she's competed so often recently, it's hard to keep putting PBs on the board.
Yeah, look, it is. And you've got all the competitions. You've also got all the travel that's gone along with it as well.
Yeah. So next out we have Irina Sidenkova. This is for the gold. This is going to be a battle between Sidenkova and Baikova. 87.5 on the bar. This will be a weight she has never done in competition before.
That is a big challenge.
Followed by Pikova and Malikina.
Yeah, she got herself all out of position.
She did.
Shifted her foot around. Yeah, disappointing.
So she will have to settle for the silver medal, and she has handed the world title to Tatiana Baikova, who is out next for 90 kilos.
That is a big lift though, 90 kilos.
She benched 117.5 a few days ago in the equipped, and she is now the double world champion.
That is a very good week.
Look, her PB is stated as 77.5. Everything she's done here today has been a
she's had a really progressive week.
Oh, not quite, but that was a big ask.
She's had an enormous week already. And she takes home the world championship.
So we have Malikina coming out now. She's had the World Championship title run locked up since the start, really. She's been a good way ahead.
Yeah, she came out in a very commanding position. She had a really good opener and a good second. And look, I honestly think this one will be just as good. She's very strong.
I was looking at her PB of 120, a stated PB of 120, wondering if it was a quick, but looking at that, it might not be.
Yeah, she moved very well.
So this is 95 again for Guagualia.
Already silver medal winner and a new personal best attempt. Followed by Zivach and followed by Juma Bayiga.
Getting up on those shoulders.
This won't change positions. She has the silver medal. Such a fast descent there.
Oh, and she gets it to the top.
Muscle through. 95 kilos and the silver medal in the 76 kilo class.
That's great strength from some of these young girls.
She was very flared there at the bottom. I think that's what gave her some difficulty in pressing out. And now we have another world record attempt.
Yeah, we saw 110 on the board, and then she put in an attempt change to 112.5.
This has stood since Killeen 2016.
Wow, that is a very long-standing record.
Susanna Turonen, who has world record in 2 weight classes. We'll be watching closely, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm no doubt she is watching this.
Again, she's quite unstable as she takes the bar out. And
it was just a little bit too much of a jump. She'll just have to settle the 107.5. And the World Championship.
And the world title. Gold medal in the 76 kilo class. Well, that's been an exciting session. We've seen world record attempts, world records
Left,
succeeded,
right and centre.
and some new world champions crowned. We have the medal ceremony coming up in a few minutes. I hope you'll stick around for that. And then we have the men's sub-junior at 12 o'clock. Please join us then.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony will be held by President of International Powerlifting Federation, Gaston Barrage, and President of Asia Powerlifting Federation, Farsit Saltani. So in sub-juniors in 43 weight class, second place with the result 32.5 kilograms to Olianek Christina from Ukraine. Second. And first place with the result 38 kilos to Mazaras Yelizaveta from Belarus. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Belarus. In a 47 weight class in sub-juniors, first place with the result 77.5 kilograms to Udaltsova Alina from Russian Olympic Committee. So please stand up for the anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. In the 52 weight class in sub-juniors, third place with the result 65 kilos to Dalbilova Maria from Russian Olympic Committee. Second place with the result 67.5 kilos to Gaspul Adelia from Kazakhstan. And the first place with the result 87.5 kilos to Stanko Sofia from Ukraine. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Ukraine. In the 57 weight class in sub-juniors, third place with the result 55 kilos to Yanishek Martina from Poland. Second place with the result 70 kilos to Bogdzirich Natalia from Poland. And the winner of this category is Demi from Russian Olympic Committee with about 112 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. In the 63 kilos in sub-juniors, third place with the result 87.5 kilos to Kustian from Finland. Second place with the result 87.5 kilos to Bogdzirich from Ukraine. And first place with the result 92.5 kilos to Dayakova Veronica from Russian Olympic Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the anthem of Russian Olympic Committee.
When we play a national anthem, everybody has to stand up.
In the 69 weight class in sub-juniors, the second place with the result 65 kilos to Juliet from Poland. And the first place with the result 70 kilos to Chichmorenko Vitalina from Kazakhstan. So please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. In the 76 weight class in sub-juniors, third place with the result 80 kilos to Mika, Maggie, Elise from Estonia. Second place with the result 95 kilos to Valeria Dayakova from Ukraine. And the first place was the result 107.5 kilos to Chumabaya Varna from Kazakhstan. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. In 84 weight class in sub-juniors, second place with the result 80 kilos took Alina from Kazakhstan. And the first place with the result 85 kilos took Tatiana from Russian Olympic Committee. So please stand up for the anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. In the 84 class, weight class in sub-juniors, third place with the result 67.5 kilos took Petrovator Valeria from Lithuania. Second place with the result 70 kilos took Valeria Petrovator from Lithuania. And the first place with the result 90 kilos took Malikina from Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal. Now the award, Best Lifters. So